Hi, I'm Scott Campbell with GTIA, and we are on location at IT Nation Connect Global in Orlando. It's been a great few days here, and we have had a lot of interesting conversations, and we're about to have another one with one of my favorite people in the channel, Ann Westerheim, CEO of Ekaru. Ann, it's great to see you.
Yeah, it's great to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Well, thank you. Now, you have been to IT Nation before, right?
Yes.
So how has this conference been for you, and what are some of the things that you're seeing and you're learning that you like?
Oh, wow. Well, everything is moving so fast right now. So we're a security-first company as an MSP, and AI is entering that equation. Things are moving fast. It's just so fun to catch up with so many people, the hallway conversation. So I think IT Nation always delivers.
How about, are there any specific products or trends or services that you've seen that you really like this time?
Yeah, I mean, I think one thing that's interesting is the intersection of AI and security, and how do we have conversations with our clients. There's shadow AI that ties into security. That's really big. I love watching the Pitch It contest. The finalists were all outstanding, and Strategy Overview I think has a really great product. So looking forward to looking into that more. Another new vendor. So I like seeing the new innovation. You have the big platform ConnectWise here, of course. And then you have all these other members of the ecosystem and folks who will, enter that, and a lot of great innovation with these agile small firms. Another one that I like a lot, Petra Security for identity protection. So, and it's just great to see that there's the new innovators row, where these folks can come exhibit here at not the top dollar amount of the really big established vendors. So I like seeing what's new.
Good. And one of the other things you're doing here is doing some cybersecurity coaching, right? So can you talk a little bit about what are maybe 2 or 3 challenges that you think IT SPs are really facing now in cybersecurity, and what are you telling them?
Yeah, so I think the coaching cafe that was started, I think last year, I think is a neat opportunity, because there's a whole bunch of people who are coaches like me, and hopefully they're going to be doing it again every year, so folks know about that. You can sign up for a session on a whole bunch of different topics. I think one of the trends I'm seeing is that we work with true small business like Main Street USA, and a trend I'm seeing and I'm hearing from other folks is the whole idea of compliance. And some of these small machine shops, they might be 20-person machine shops, are now, they've gotten letters from their prime contractors that you're not going to qualify for this contract. So I think security is always top of mind, and if you think about it, if our job as technologists is to keep everything up and running, keep our clients productive, cybersecurity is probably the biggest risk to that right now. And then combining that with the enthusiasm for AI and folks just running wild, the concept of shadow AI. A friend of mine runs an MSP in Florida. He said his largest client said to him, "I would fire anyone in my company who used AI." It's like, yeah, they're kind of all using
fired.
it. Yeah. So I think, I love that. There's always something new to learn. And it's just great to be able to come to, sort of this feeding ground of learning everything all in one place.
So can you talk a little bit about one of the things, as we talk about cybersecurity challenges, is obviously the constant barrage of threats that are out there.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about the GTIA Information Sharing and Analysis Organization, or GTIA ISAO? You've been, a kind of proponent and been involved in that for several years, I think now. What that is and how you guys are using it, what kind of value do you get out of it? Because I think one thing maybe a lot of people don't know is the GTI ISAO is included in GTI membership at no extra fee for IT service providers, right?
Yeah.
So can you talk a little bit about the value you get out of it and how you guys use it?
Yeah, I think the ISAO is really powerful, and it's a great, I think a lot of MSPs don't know how cost effective it is to join GTIA.
Yeah.
And you get access to the ISAO. So, it's a great conversation opener with customers that, we're really tapped into the industry, we're always learning, and we get really heartbeat of information that's new, that's out there, that's real. If we're seeing something emerging, we can post that in there. I happened to be taking my car in for service 2 years ago when all the car dealership software went down for ransomware. It just happened to be there. It was sort of an interesting moment, so I could toss that in there. I happened to see that kind of early, and just be tapped into everything that's going on. And I think it's something that a small business, it would not be accessible to us just as an individual business, but through the power of GTIA, it becomes accessible to us. So I think it's something that folks ought to check into. And the other one is the Trustmark. So we're getting ready to do our assessment for that coming up soon.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I had to set a deadline for it because we won't, and I can't say finished, but achieve that milestone for continuous improvement.
Okay, so speaking of the Trustmark then, and since you've been going through it, can you talk about one thing that you guys have changed or improved, a process or something like along your journey?
Yeah, I think one of the things for us is like in terms of assembling the evidence to show that we're meeting it's basically based on the CIS controls, but to assemble that data really made us take a microscope out to everything that we set up. It's like, okay, come to learn maybe not each piece of security software that we advise to clients. Yeah, I found out maybe one or two people had shut some stuff off they weren't supposed to. So like going through with a microscope and matching up, all of the systems in our, all of our employees, all of our systems, getting everybody to kind of rally around like, hey, we recommend security awareness training to all our clients. It's one of the guidelines that we have to meet. And so I said, hey, everybody, I don't care how much you know, your score has to be above this on our security awareness training platform. And everybody rallied around and did it. But it's like going through with a microscope of everything. Like, I'm a real big believer that we have to practice everything we advise to our clients. And this is sort of, it's making us be honest about that. So it's been good. And it's kind of fun to see the company kind of gather together around that. So that's been really good.
That's awesome. All right, so again, Ann, I think we're out of time here. I want to thank you very much. You are like one of the most, I'm not even joking, like amazing selfless people in the channel. Like you, as a small business owner, you guys are like, give so much back to the community, so it's very much thank you.
I really appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, thanks very much. Again, Ann Westerheim, we are here on location at IT Nation, Connect Global in Florida, and we'll be back soon. Thank you.